Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. End of January, January 31, 2017. Man, these guys are just all over Trump. But go, Trump, go. Immigration. I was watching the news. They interviewed some computer programmer somewhere. I wish they'd interviewed me, because he was basically saying that, he thinks Trump's doing a good job. I'd say, you know what? If it were me, I would completely lock down immigration. There would not be one immigrant allowed on American soil to come back to Americans until every vet had a home, every vet was fed, and every vet got the medical care they needed. We need to take care of our own first, America first. And I build that wall. But for some strange reason, we got these people protesting. Number one, immigrants do not have constitutional rights because they're not citizens of this country. Number two, the actions that Trump takes are legal. They're prescribed by, I think it's some 1952 act or law. So he's well within his rights. But, you got these people who are going to defy Trump. Well, I think Trump did the "you're fired." He already got rid of that one attorney general lady that thinks she can defy Trump. Really, you're going to defy the president, your boss? That's crazy. But what are these people thinking? I don't think they are thinking. In fact, I got, blocked, defriended, unfriended on Facebook yesterday. They were having this, this discussion, and I basically point out, that they're coming from an invalid position. And I'm talking logically invalid. Because, see, I use logic, reason, evidence, and facts when I debate with people. And usually I shred their debates. Because I took every logic class I could in college. And some things are just so obvious. But they argue from the heart. And it's just like, that's not the way you win arguments. It might be the way you win some votes. But, the fact is, Trump's the president. Go Trump, go. He's doing what he said. He campaigned on certain things, and he's doing them. He's actually starting to run the country, I guess, the way he'd run a business. He's getting things done. And these sanctuary cities, once again, they're going to defy the law of the land. Well, on the one hand, somebody could say, hey, you always talk about laws and enforcement and everything. Well, that's true. I do. And it's just because, some people decide this is the law, it makes it the law, and then they have the guns and the manpower, the armies to enforce it. It's just the way it works. It's kind of like the law in the jungle. You go out in the jungle, you are the law. You come upon somebody else, it's you against them. There's nobody else around to protect you. There might be some ramifications down the road, but at that moment, you are the law. You are the force. And if that other person has a greater force, you might have to succumb to it. And if your force is greater than them, you can impose your will upon them if you so desire. It's just that simple. But these protesters out there, destroying things, blocking people at airports, it's just nuts. And then, the rest of us, we have to stay within the law or we get in trouble. Somebody's blocking a highway, just run them over. It's like, they put themselves in harm's way. They're being stupid. And I think we need to adjust some things for, and quit protecting stupid people. We got too many people on the planet, too many people in the country as it is. It's just that simple. And the news, is just going off. They're just saying Trump's lying about this, Trump's lying about that. They didn't do that once to Obama. They're saying that. And one of my buddies, hey, Mike, knew Mike since 5th grade back in Montgomery County, Maryland. We got in a little debate over this. He's comparing Trump to Hitler and Orwell's 1984. And I pointed out a couple of things that the libs have done that are more Orwellian than anything Trump has spoken about or done. It's just nuts. It's just crazy. I mean, this is like the hypocrisy. They're taking it to a new level here. After 8 years of Obama and the lies and the propaganda going around Congress, but the media was in his hip pocket. I mean, he controlled the media. Trump, he's telling the media, you know what, I don't need you. I've got Twitter. I can get my word out. I do not need you. And the media is just getting, you know, they're not liking it at all. But you know what? That's just the way it goes. They need to get used to it. But, I mean, for the next, you know, almost 4 years of the Trump presidency, it's just going to be more of the same when it comes to the media and all the stuff they say. I mean, they just need to, you know, get over it. Trump won, and, you know, we're all still Americans, but, you know, now working together means we're going to do it a different way. Whereas these liberals, they're babies, you know. If you don't do it their way, you know, they'll call you names. If you don't agree with what they're saying, they'll call you names. Because that's all they can do, is label and dismiss. I've talked about this before, but that's their tactic. You know, you're a racist, so they label you, dismiss you. You know, you're a homophobe. They label you and dismiss you. You're an Islamophobe. They label you and dismiss you. Well, guess what? That's not going to work anymore. Political correctness is dead. All that BS, I hope Trump just goes through it like a hot knife through melted butter. Because that's what's ruined this country, is all this political correct crap. And speaking of crap, I started a blog. It's still in the works, but it's called StopTakingCrap.com. www.stoptakingcrap.com. So if you guys want to visit it, you know, like I said, I'm still in the stages. I still have to start putting out, you know, content. But my friend Joe, shout out to Joe, you know, suggested that I do it. Because I've been taking on government and I just don't take their crap anymore. And he goes, man, I wish I knew how to do that. You know, you should write a book. And it's like kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like I always tell other people they should write books. And, you know, I've written some technical books, programming books, trading books. But I've never written, you know, just like a general how-to book like this for life. So I'm going to start as a blog and maybe it becomes a book. I don't know. We'll see how well it does. Maybe just a little side hobby of mine. But anyway, you know, I'm just thrilled that Trump won, because if Hillary had won, this country we wouldn't have a chance. Not to mention, you know, I just can't believe Hillary has the audacity, and Obama, you know, to start speaking out against Trump. And Bernie Sanders, you're the biggest frickin' sellout. I mean, Hillary, you know, stole your fair chance, and then you back her up. You're just a sellout. You're like the lowest of low. You've got no backbone. I mean, if somebody done that to me, I'm a fighter. I'd still be fighting them. I'd be wanting them to, you know, string them up for what they did. Talk about messing with the democracy, interfering with our democratic process. You want to blame the Russians? Hillary, you are the biggest. You and the Clinton, you're the biggest inhibitors of democracy. And really, you should be brought up for criminal charges. And with that, my fellow Americans, wake up and smell the tyranny.